Man, that's giving me chills. Man, that's giving me chills.
Okay, you chill?
Man, giving me chills, Key.
Okay.
Man.
I did my job then. That's what I was supposed to be doing.
Paul, you went up against Kobe twice in the finals. You split the series. What was it like facing Kobe in the finals?
If I had to sum it up in one word, just one word, facing Kobe was stressful. Sleeping, stressful, Joy. Do you know he was at the peak of his powers when we played him? He won the MVP that year. It was hard to get sleep because now you're going against the Mamba. The second coming of Jordan, like I idolized Jordan. But when I saw, and I looked in Mamba's eyes, I saw Jordan's reflection. I'm telling you, because you got to understand what those film sessions look like. This guy, he just showed us he can go for 60 and a half. Like, could you imagine? Like, who today do we believe can do that?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a player today playing today. There's not one player I believe that can do something like that.
Not the way he did it.
60 and 3/4, 81. Like, he had a 10-game, 12-game streak with 40-plus points. Like, come on, it's ridiculous. And it's like, man, the scout report is all about him. Man, this had to be one of the most stressful final runs because I'm going against the young king, LeBron, on the way to there. Detroit, best defense, one of the best defenses of all time. Then your to cap it off, the cherry on top is the Mamba. Like, but I really enjoy those battles, and I'm proud to be part of, the Celtics and Laker lure. The conversation when we talk about greatest rivalries in all the sports, to be a part of that. But like facing this man, it was definitely stressful.
But what I remember from Game 6 when you guys won in Boston was Kobe didn't give up. He kept coming, and yet you guys had that game. What was it like knowing everything that Kobe was and that he was relentless, and yet you got the better of him in that series?
You know what Doc would always preach, and I'm glad you asked that. He said, listen, we're out here to play to perfection. Like, we want to put together now, it's like to play a perfect game, what does that mean? That's tough. That's the tough definition. What does a perfect game mean? What, don't miss a shot, get a stop every time down? No, but like, if you had to sum it all up to what perfection looked like, it would have been that game. And it took all year to reach perfection. And that's the game we won by, I think we won like 38 or 39
Crazy
points.
Number, yeah.
And Doc came in and was like, we finally found the perfect game. And it took to Game 6. And so, just, man, his competitiveness, his will, you see it in his eyes, but it was just like, we felt like we had the same thing too. You ever watch Superman, like the old school Superman, and like the old one, Christopher Reeve's one. And it was those three, that had the same superpowers as Superman in the black outfits. What were they called? You know what I'm talking about, right? They had the exact same superpowers as Superman, the X-ray vision, they can fly. But General Zod. General Zod. Remember General Zod?
Okay.
General Zod, that's who it was.
Kobe was General Zod.
No, he was Superman.
No, he was Superman, and you guys were General Zod.
We was General Zod.
Yeah, that was General Zod.
But it was 3 General Zods.
Yeah.
4.
So what was the difference the next time you guys met? Because I was on the floor for both of those, both of those series. And like Kobe couldn't make a shot down the stretch, but was just continued to be relentless when they came back and beat you guys the second time around. What was the difference between that and the first time?
Well, the difference is Kobe saw how physical we were and how difficult it was to score. He put he took Gasol, all-star, top player, and put a new battery pack in his back. That was the difference. Like, because Saul was a different player. He played meaner, he played tougher. And I saw that Kobe installed that in him. He was like, you got to get better, you got to get stronger, because we're going to see the big bad wolves again, and I need you ready for that. And then, they added Ron. So they added some toughness that was able to match us. And that's why it was like the battle of 2 Goliaths going 7 games where it could have went either way.
Does anybody in the league today remind you of yourself or Kobe? And not
No, I understand what you're saying.
Full Kobe or full
I get you. If I had to pick some players, I'd say, like, you sprinkle, like, a little, like, for me, probably, like, some Jimmy Butler mixed in with, like, You know, because Jimmy Butler got like the toughness and the attitude.
I got one for you.
That I had, and maybe like skill-wise. I like Kawhi, his mid-range and stuff, like the things he do. He takes his time. That's how I was. He just was no nonsense going to the hole. Like probably those two guys.
What about Banchero?
I like Banchero. He's
kind of
tough,
built
but
like you.
Yeah, but he's like 6'10", 6'11".
Taller than way taller than
Banchero's
Paul.
up there.
He has the same, like, I'm going to go get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I could say Banchero, but like mentality-wise and skill-wise, a combination of some of those guys.
Anybody sniffing around Kobe?
The thing, to me, closest thing to Kobe, I'm going to say Shea Gilgeous.
That's what I said.
Like, without the athleticism, I mean, when you talk about just downhill, footwork, mid-range, mentality, I mean, the kid is game one, he shot 30 shots. That's Kobe-ish. Like,
I said Shea, but attitude-wise, I don't think anybody.
No, attitude-wise, it's not there. Not on the Kobe's level.
That's because
Maybe Greek freak,
right?
Greek freak attitude.
Okay.
Kobe?
That's the closest I can get.
I'm not talking about like work ethic. Like work ethic for sure. There's
like
a lot
meanness,
of really
like meanness, mean. Yeah, Greek.
You think
freak.
Giannis is mean?
On the court, I do. The way he I think he's trying to break the rim every time.
I said Jaylen Brown to you.
Oh, Jaylen Brown, that's a good. Or Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Yeah, I can see that.
From you guys, but obviously the turnover issue.
Me, not them.
That's take care. Limit the live ball turnovers. It's not just turnovers, it's the kind that they've had where they're going one direction on a fast break and then they turn it over and now it's a fast break from OKC. Those are momentum killers. 2, Pascal Siakam. Alex Caruso is 6'5" and 186 pounds, or at least that's what he's listed as. You are 6'8", 230 pounds. Alex Caruso cannot or should not be able to defend you.
I think he's closer to 6'10".
Okay, well, whatever he is, Alex Caruso should not be able to handle him posting up or getting to his spots and scoring. He should either be in foul trouble or you should be getting buckets or maybe both. And then the last one is the canary in the coal mine for me, which is Andrew Nembhard. He's the Pacers' second best playmaker. Often he's initiating the offense, even when Halliburton is on the floor. And I'd say their second best perimeter defender after Aaron Nesmith. He's going to get a lot of SGA when Nesmith's not on him. When he's a positive, it's crazy. He's never had a minus in one of their playoff wins, and he's never had a plus in one of their losses. And in total, he's plus 157 in their wins, plus 157 points in their wins, and a minus 103 in their losses in the playoffs. And this series is a microcosm. Game 1, he was a plus 11. Obviously, they won. In Game 2, he was a minus 17, and they lost. He's been sort of the indicator. When he wins his matchups,
I think that's the definition of an X factor.
they get the job done. So,
Key?
I don't have none. He took all my stuff.
Okay. I also said they need to play really clean, take care of the ball. Halliburton needs to be more aggressive when it comes to scoring, and they have to keep it close.
Yeah, in all seriousness, the turnovers. They got to avoid giving OKC second chance opportunities, turnovers, fast breaks. Pretty much everything that Rick said. We're kind of aligned in that. That
I knew
area.
it would happen someday, Key. I feel so good.
Yeah, when you sit there listening to
page.
everything I'm saying. Damn.
All right, how do the Pacers pull off the upset tonight? Because I do have them winning at home when everybody else is picking OKC. So we're going to get to some of Paul Pierce's points. First off, they got to get off to a great start. I mean, look, they scored 20 in the first quarter in each of the first 2 games. OKC, 20-29, first quarter. Game 1. Game 2, OKC with the lead again, 26-20. Guys, you have to emphasize getting off to a fast start. Make OKC play from behind. 2, the obvious, y'all stated. Take care of the damn ball. Take care of the ball. Y'all been the best team all year at taking care of the ball. One of the top teams in the league. averaging 13 turnovers, which is top 3 in the league. Take care of the ball. Let's not be sloppy because we know when you get the ball in the paint, OKC is coming to strike down at it, block your shot, take care of the ball. Number 3, like you said, Siakam's got to be a factor. I need 25 and 10. This guy done played in big finals games. This is his second finals. He was a key contributor to the Toronto Raptors championship team. Quiet as kept. Everybody want to talk about Kyle Lowry and Kawhi, but no, you were the X factor. We need you to be that again. Siakam has to have a big game and a driving force. And 4, can y'all slow down OKC's bench, please? I don't want to look up and see them with 48 points off the bench when that's you guys' strength in Indiana. You got to outplay their bench. Yeah, Caruso this, Caruso that. Been great for them. But then you let Wiggins come in, 18 points off the bench. Somehow, some way, the bench has to be a big factor for Indiana, not OKC. So those are my key takeaways for the Indiana Pacers pulling off what you guys consider the upset, but I don't.
Well done, Paul.
That was really
Very
drama.
good.
Paul is
Yeah.
like,
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.